that going to slow down your eating any? Is that going to help? It's raised, so your head's not bent over quite so much. Don's unloading the dishwasher. That's what all that noise is in the background.
Oh, sorry.
Good morning, everyone. It's going to be a scorcher today at 93 with a chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. I don't want severe thunderstorms, but I certainly hope the thunderstorm, the showering storm part happens. All the kitties are accounted for, including Panther on the front porch. Yeah, time to switch out water bowls and make sure nothing over here on this corner of the yard, side yard and the backyard here are going to dry out too much during the day today. I'm probably going to have to get out the hose, and I'm sure I am, and do the perennial border and stuff over there again. Don and Johnny are going to work on robot stuff today, some soldering, and for the big fun, I think it's called a hockey bot, probably cut a piece of wood. And the mosquitoes are bad out here, Tux. I'm sorry, I can't stay longer right now. They're hovering, seriously hovering. I love you. You don't want Mama to get 10 mosquito bites. The gardenia smells like heaven out here today. Look at that pretty hydrangea over there on the side. Hi. Hello. Hi, buddy. Good morning. Good morning. There you go. There's your food. How are you today? Hi. Good morning, buddy. Good morning. Hi. Let me sit down and see if he'll come over. I don't like to grab him mean, you know? Not too rough. Hey, Gray. Good morning. Hi, honey. Hi. Hello there. Good girl. Good girl. St. Louis ribs for dinner. Bacon and eggs for brunch, lunch, breakfast, whatever you want to call it. Don's got robots for Johnny, potentially a project for me out there with that landscaping timber, a project for him with those Shelly pucks and other electronics, so I need to make sure he's ready to go. I don't know if we're going to walk today or not. We'll just play that by ear, but right now, bacon. Don is easily bribed with bacon and coffee.
That's right.
And I'm sure he'll grab a few more slices after he's done in here.
You think?
I think. And Nespresso.
Yeah.
If I ever find cups that don't have penguins on them that are clear and special, I'll buy them. But until then, it's penguins. I was just out in the front porch with Panther and took a few pictures. And he was wanting under his chin rubbed, which is, for those of us that have known him his whole life, is a little scary. But he's decided that that is acceptable if you come from the short ear side. So anyway, I'm headed to Harris Teeter. Gasp, I don't have any cookie dough to make cookies tonight. Yeah, we really desperately need some rain. I really I watered that butterfly bush and it's all wilted down again. Maybe just because the sun's just gone off it, and probably because it really needs more rain. Anyway, Don and Johnny are still planning to do robot stuff, and yeah, it just seems like things are a little crazy today. I've had to run the dishwasher for the second time during one day for like 3 days in a row. All this extra cooking. No problem though. It'll run while I'm not in the kitchen. I don't like the sound of it, so I'm glad I run it while I'm gone. Dawn stuck the trellis up here. I had this really pretty trellis that I brought over from the other house. It's got a little glass sun face up at the top of it, and I really like it, and the only problem with it is that it's really still not going to let that Mandevilla vine grow too much taller than it is, but it looks pretty where Dawn put it. So maybe if I put a clematis vine in the ground next year or something, it'll look good for that. So our neighbor yesterday, he mowed and he weed-eated the canna lilies. And I'm suspecting that's because he doesn't know what they are. And I wave at him all the time, so I'm gonna make friends and say, hey, either that's a good plant, don't weed eat it, or if you really don't want it after it recovers a little bit, I'd be happy to come dig them up, one of the two. They're yellow, flat green leaf, normal, non-fancy leaf, but yellow. Now, there's a few brave souls on the basketball court, and there's quite a few people at the splash pad. What I was gonna say is I came around the corner over there by the road there at the basketball court. There has been a load of topsoil brought in and dumped down on the far end that I guess they're gonna spread out to try to improve the soil over there for the flower garden. I mean, you know, maybe they're gonna plant some great flowers that are gonna give me, if not this year, next year, awesome butterfly pictures and stuff. I hope so. Yeah, surprisingly, the splash pad is not quite as crowded as yesterday, but it's going pretty good. Well, hello, pretty Tesla. It's nice to be out driving around in my very freshly cleaned car today. Ruby let me put Climate Keep on. I parked over here for my sanity and also because I want to check out Dollar Tree today. And it's on the way over to the Harris Teeter.
Well, I screwed up today. I pulled the TPU out before the printer told me to pull the TPU off, and so what happened is a piece of the TPU broke off inside the head. The head is removed here, and the wires and all these little screws, and then all this stuff over here and the yellow gear and all that stuff. I took a picture, but you can see the green drop. That's the broke off piece, so I'm fixing to unclog that. There were a couple videos that Bamboo Labs put out on how to unclog the extruder head. So caution to people, follow the little LCD screens exactly. Wait until it says now pull the thing out, because if you pull it before then, it gets confused and or breaks off like this into the extruder head. So I would tell you, I thought I knew what I was doing because I did it yesterday and I saw what it was all about, but I will follow the instructions better next time. So now you can see the little green blob. I got to pull that out. I'm going to rotate it around, and that thing with the writing on it is the Hall sensor, and that blob is basically obstructing the Hall sensor. There's a little finger, not that, but another little finger that has to do with cutting the filament that causes a magnet to move in proximity of the Hall sensor if there is no filament. And if there is filament or a jam, then the magnet is held away from the Hall sensor, and so it says, oh, there's something wrong. It needs to basically sense that magnet getting close. So anyway, hopefully I can put all this back together. So if you look at that gear, the yellow gear, then there's a black smaller gear, and then there's this thing that's got a little concave or convex, whatever. It's got very fine etching. That's the thing that pulls. It's rounded. Those little teeth dig into the filament, and there's a matching one of those over here in this thing. So the two, I swear I saw it. Anyway, those two things are what squeeze the filament and pull it through there. So they probably have a pretty tight little grip, because that's a pretty strong little spring. So it's really, there you go. I think you can see it now. You can barely see it down there. But anyway, the point is that little piece of green is the filament, And as you can see the telltale sign that I pulled it, and it's kind of like stretched out, and versus the whole thing coming out. In other words, I pulled it too quick while it was still gripping, and had I not pulled it while it was gripping, it wouldn't have tore there, wouldn't have pulled off. So that, as I said, this is self-inflicted. So it's back together. And by the way, the thing that's key is, notice this is not green. It's got green coming up to that point, and then this green dot is not on, it's gray. If that dot is green, that means the sensor thinks there's filament there, and that's what had happened. This green dot was on, even though there was no filament in the tube and nowhere to be seen. Like I said, until I took that top tube off, you could not see down into the extruder to see that little green dot, but that of filament. So it just happened to be green TPU and a lot of green going on. But the bottom line is, I think it's good. It did tell me you should probably do a full calibration, and so I think that's what I'm going to do here.
I have this tiny Gabby's dollhouse kit that I want to put together before I get back on my building today. It's only 60 pieces, and it's got all these cute kitty things, so I look forward to seeing the kitty things. I highly recommend this set, and the main reason is that there are no stickers. They're all printed. This is printed. The easel is printed. The extra, it comes with 2 cat ears, so if you have other Friends figures, all the Friends girls have a little tiny hole in the top of their head to allow for bows and other girl stuff. So yeah, for little builders I recommend this, and for any big builders that just like Gabby's dollhouse or kitty cats. This is Johnny's robot, Terribly Sorry. It's a fairy weight 150 gram bot. Woo! Way cool. Well, that was awesome. Johnny called me out to watch that test. As promising as the sky looks here for rain, there's no rain in the state of North Carolina. I'm still hoping something will spin up though. Look at your tongue go, Tux. Look at that tongue. Hi, sweet boy. So far I've gotten the border around the top, which I did all in one color. He had to use the parts he had. I also think I made it more sturdy by connecting pieces that weren't already connected, so I'm happy about that. And I totally modified the barbecue area, or turned it into a barbecue area from what he originally had. I do need to go figure out what I'm going to put here though. Let me do that next. And I was going to stick flowers in here too. So for this piece of wood Johnny needs cut, he's designed a couple of PLA templates that Don can affix to the piece of wood and make the cuts. So this is a hockey bot, Johnny?
Yes, 15 pounds.
15 pounds. It's called Drill Sergeant. He made these templates with the PLA on the 3D printer so Don can cut out these shapes to help him assemble the robot. Here's the 2 pieces, and there's one more on the printer now apparently too.
Yep.
filling the holes with the drill press just easy.
Yeah, I center punched them. Of course, I probably avoid tear on it. So below it. Of course.
Now you gotta raise it. I see how that works. The little table thing lowers, not the drill raises. Gotcha.
Well, it's just
What do you call the platform?
table.
Table. Okay. Don's liking the light here.
Yes.
He can see.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Don can't see anymore. So I've been taking lessons from Johnny, and I've upped my game, as you can see. Woo! Ice cream.
We're watching Captain Nova on Netflix. And coming up, something really special. You gotta look quick. If you don't drive one, you might not know what it is. It's a red Model X.
Yeah.
I saw the door handle, and then I was like, God, I think that's a Tesla.
Yeah. White seats.
Yep.